I already said this a little bit. She managed the crisis, but she was not so much looking ahead. You can say it's more about stronger European integration, but it's also about reforming the European Union. President Macron was campaigning on reforming the European Union, and there was no real German answer. And I think that is one of the big mistakes in German European policy in the last decade, that we did not really combine forces there and really try to really bring the European Union, the European project to a next step. One also big mistake, or the big failure of Ms. Merkel's chancellorship in Europe, was that she is one of, or that she was maybe the most prominent person that was not stepping up its effort enough when it comes to the rule of law. She was always protecting, until the very end, she was a little bit protecting Viktor Orban in Hungary. He was a part of the EPP family, and she was always trying to find, as always, a compromise there. But I think we are at a stage when it comes to Hungary and Poland, or their governments that are not abiding to the European rules, that are breaking the rule of law in both countries. We are at a point where we really need a strong position, and I think they always knew, or especially Orban always knew, that Merkel would not really step up, that she would not really say, Victor, now it's enough. And I think that is the biggest failure of Angela Merkel's presidency. She had, of course, huge successes. She was able to manage a lot. But I think when it comes to this fundamental crisis of the European project, where it's about our European values, she was really, her chancellorship was really a failure. So I think it depends on the issues. My party was also in the negotiations for the last government, but in the end we said there are not enough of our issues that we campaigned, that we promised to the voters. So for us, really, it's key that we will achieve something on our promises. We don't want tax increases. We want more innovation and digitalization in Germany, and we want to fight climate change, but with technology and new innovation. And we will see in which government we are able to achieve more of our issues, or more of our promises. And I think maybe there is a slight, I think a little bit that the Jamaica coalition would be better for us, or that we have a slight, or we like slightly the Jamaica coalition more, but we will see. Of course, there's still a lot of momentum in the polls, and we will see what will happen at election night, and maybe also what the other party leaders will do, or if, when it comes to the CDU, if there's still a party leader. But I think we would like to form a Jamaica coalition, but we are open to negotiate and to get as much as liberal policies into the next German government. I think there is a huge possibility that we are part of the next German government. I think that is absolutely needed. But I think that there might be longer coalition talks until we really have a German government. We are not so used. In other European countries, it's the normal to have more party government. We are not so used to do that. In some of our states, we already have 3-party coalitions, but on the federal level, this would be the first time. So it would, of course, be difficult to form the government. And I think we will see that it will take us a few weeks. It will not all happen on election night. I think I can promise that. I think that is an important point for us. Of course, now in the pandemic, we all have all member states have put in lots of debt, and I think we cannot go back directly to the very strict rules. But I think in the end, we have to see that we need to have a solid financial system in Europe, and on the long run, you will not be able to put in more and more and more debt. So I think we need to have a solid financial system, and that would be for us in the end going back to the financial rules. We supported as FDP the recovery package. I think that is the right way to that we try to get together out of this crisis. We also have reforms with the recovery fund. I know that Spain is doing very ambitious reforms, and that is, I think, the right way to do it together in Europe, but to also make sure that everybody looks that he's not putting up too much debt, and that everybody is also looking to that reforms so that we are competitive also worldwide when we look at the big challenges ahead.